Welcome to the heart of Bohemia,
where a turbulent history gives way to one of the most beautiful cities in Europe.
And nothing is like it seems.
It's a place where people come to relax, or not.
We're in Prague, in the Czech Republic.
Hello world, I've been waiting for a chance to see your face. Oh, hello world, I am ready for a different kind of place. And I'm flying to somewhere else, 'cause I'm searching for something else. And I'm leaving, I don't know where I'm gonna land. Oh no, yes, I'm leaving, I don't know where I'm gonna land.
Welcome to Travelers in Prague. I'm Robin Kipp.
I'm Foster Solomon.
and I'm Patrick Michael.
Prague looks like a city stuck in time, but actually there have been huge changes in the past few years. When the Berlin Wall came down in November 1989, it triggered a series of protests here. It was called the Velvet Revolution because no one was killed, and it led to the fall of communism in Czechoslovakia.
Now, 4 years later, the country split into two parts, and Prague became the capital of the newly formed Czech Republic. Today, hundreds of thousands of tourists flock to the city to take in its old world charm.
Prague is undergoing a lot of the same growing pains that many other regions faced when they switched from a communist rule to a market economy. But now, high-priced designer stores are blending in with the old world surroundings. In fact, it's a whole new world here in the new Czech Republic. I kind of expected that Prague would be gray. I mean, they're just discovering their freedom. And yet, it seems like they've had a sense of life throughout all of it. And when you stand up on the hill and you look down at this whole template of color, it's a beautiful world down there. Whenever we travel, when we get to town, we always get a chance to ask the locals about their town. What do they like about it? What do they hate about it? The best part, the worst part? Just not in Prague. Hi, think I can ask you a question about Prague? Oh. I can't begin to tell you the pummeling of rejection I got. Hi, think I can ask you a quick question? Hi, think I can ask you a quick question about Prague? What do you mean? I don't understand. Maybe they're afraid. Maybe this is a holdover from former times. Maybe under a communist regime, you don't want to talk to the guy with the camera. Hi, do you think I could ask you a question about... Hi, you think I could ask you a question about Prague?
I don't know.
Hi, think I could ask you a quick question about Prague?
Nichts Deutsch.
Hi, think I could ask you a question about Prague? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Do you think I could...
No.
They don't even look at you. They don't like you.
I finally got someone to agree to a few words. Prague es número uno, eh? ¿Sí?
Número uno.
¿Sí? ¿Te gusta? ¿Te gusta?
Sí, sí, sí.
¿Sí? Sure, they're in Spanish, but at least I got a yes and no out of her. Muchas gracias. ¿Sí? 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 Okay, okay. Now, I finally got to talk to a few people, but none of them were from here. The personality, the feeling of Prague. Could you describe it?
Now, this time, it's a little cold.
Oh, that's good.
It's a lively city, it's changing, progressing, nightlife's fun.
Brilliant, yeah, I've been out every night, had a great time, great social life. Loads to do, like theatre, cinema, everything.
Question about Prague? But I'm telling you, my ego got a beating out there. It was rough. The Charles Bridge is truly one of the most beautiful bridges anywhere in Prague. It spans the Vltava River and it links the little quarter with Old Town. I could take 1,000,000 photos off this bridge.
I know.
Lining both sides of the bridge are all sorts of artisans. But the interesting thing about Charles Bridge is that they've actually formed a union of artists up on the bridge.
Our name is Union of Artists of Charles Bridge.
In the union of artists that you have, how big is it? How many members are in it?
We have 1,020 members. Yeah, you'll come, you'll show us your work, and we'll say you, okay, you'll be member of Union of Charles Bridge. And maybe when your works are bad, very bad, we'll say you.
So is
we'll say you don't call us, we'll call you.
That's what you picked up from capitalism.
Are you in the union as well?
Jste také v tom sdružení mostu, Karlova mostu?
V podstatě ano, dá se říct.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I can say so.
Hello, baby.
Magistrát, čili nějaký úřad.
In fact, this organization, this association is representing us if we have to deal with the municipality of Prague.
Nejvíc vlastně atmosféra na tom mostu.
I would say that I adore the atmosphere.
Speciální atmosféra.
It's a very specific, very special atmosphere on this bridge.
Now, what does it cost me to join the union? How much money will it be?
You'll pay 1,000 crowns per year.
It's not bad.
It's very, very cheap. Yeah, and when you want sell on the Charles Bridge, you pay 220 crowns per day. We have this money we have for repairs of sculpture, for our security service, for cleaning of the Charles Bridge. Yeah, and in the end of this year, we have zero of this money. We have nothing.
Do you think this would have been possible 10 years ago under the former communist regime? Would this have been possible to form a union and sell your wares here?
No, exactly. No way. No way.
You draw here?
Yeah.
Vy tady kreslíte?
Jo.
How long have you been here?
Jak dlouho tady jste?
7 let.
7 years.
7 years. How long have you been in the Czech Republic?
A jak dlouho žijete v České republice?
17 let.
17 years.
And he spends his days on the Charles Bridge, drawing people, doing caricatures and portraits.
Oh, it will be very funny.
The people behind him are looking at the picture and looking at me. Does it look like me?
A little bit.
They're like, I don't know. Does it look good? Why is everyone laughing? What's on there? You finished?
Už jste hotov?
No.
Yeah, it's finished.
Okay. Oh no! Look how bulbous my nose is!
Já jste velký nos. That was the purpose.
I didn't know my nose was so red!
Nevěděla jsem, že mám tak velký nos.
It's beautiful.
Oh, you think so?
It's beautiful.
What do you think of the nose?
It's great.
Thank you too.
Right?
You're most welcome.
Patrick.
Robin.
Hey! You gotta see what I got.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
Oh, am I ready? Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Who is that?
Me!
What?
Yes! Look what you did to my nose!
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Speechless. I knew you'd love it.
Yeah.
I knew you would.
There's a hallway that men on horseback would actually ride into and joust right in the middle of the building.
So the knights just came charging up in armor.
Next on Travelers. Over the years, Prague has picked up a lot of nicknames. The heart of Bohemia, the city of 100 spires in reference to all the church towers. It's even been called Rome north of the Alps.
There's no denying it, this is a beautiful city. And despite all the political turmoil this region has faced, Prague has remained virtually untouched by the destruction of war for hundreds of years. The city itself is a living museum of architectural styles for the last 1,000 years.
The real crown jewel of Prague is the Prague Castle, built almost 1,100 years ago.
It's awe-inspiring how beautiful the place is. So Vladimir, tell us where we are.
Oh, we are in Golden Lane. It's a very special place, the castle area, because here Rudolf II, the emperor, has located these small housing, these row houses for the guard.
For the guards?
For shooters. And later humble goldsmiths have lived here.
Mm-hmm. Now today, what are these buildings used for?
Mostly there are here shops, selling souvenirs.
Just the opposite of the Golden Lane is the St. Vitus Cathedral, where you go in and you're the one feeling dwarfed, because the ceiling just goes on and on forever.
So the Cathedral of Prague, St. Vitus Cathedral, was founded 1344 by the King John of Luxembourg. His son was Charles, and Charles has been the main king of Bohemia in 14th century.
Hence the Charles Bridge.
Yes, Charles Bridge, Charles University, and the cathedral. Nowadays nobody can believe that only one part of the cathedral, the presbyterium, was built in the medieval time. The extension started in the second half of 19th century and finished to the millennium of St. Wenceslav, 1929. So the second part of the cathedral here is 20th century, in fact.
All of that,
yes,
basically
yes.
From that wall, is 20th century.
From the next column. This is the 20th century.
We went into St. Wenceslas' tomb, and St. Wenceslas was one of the first knights of the Czech state, and he became a symbol of peace for all of the Czech people.
So this is a real holy place with his sculpture here and with the coffin of St. Wenceslav, who was in fact founder of Czech state.
And so many people come to pay their respects to Wenceslas, they actually had to rope the room off to keep the traffic down. And you can see the people of Prague coming in, pushing their way just to get a look into this room. All of Prague Castle is like a timeline of architectural history, because basically it's been a work in progress for over 1,000 years. So as the times changed and architects came and went and their styles drifted, the buildings just kept growing, and they weren't that shy about just mixing it all up.
Tell me what this is now. This is completely different than I think anything we've seen.
Yes, this is a Vladislav Hall. 1500 it was finished, and it was built as a hall, for instance, for horse tournaments. So you can come here directly with the horses, and here have been horses tournaments inside.
Like jumping horses and
no,
jousting?
No, fights, yeah.
In Vladislav Hall in the Royal Palace, there's a hallway that men on horseback would actually ride into and joust right in the middle of the building.
Knights came here on horses to be ready for their tournaments inside of the hall.
So the knights just came charging up in armor.
Nowadays, not more, unfortunately, but we can only dream about it. But it was reality of 16th century.
One of the most popular places here is Neradova Street. It's part of the royal route, the pathway that the king would take to the castle.
And on facades you can find also signs which partly express profession of the owner. or something as a sign of the family, like these 3 hearts here in this facade.
If it was 3 hearts, did they,
maybe
3 people live there, or?
Maybe a lot of love in this house.
And is that a lot of...
A lot
of sheep in the house. A lot of sheep in the house.
Yes, yes.
Those symbols were up there before they actually had the street numbers for the houses. And so it was a way of knowing which house you were going to. You'd go to the 3 Hearts house or the 3 Violins house.
Really, it's just like the heraldry of the family then.
Yes, it's a heraldry of family expressing sometimes hobby, sometimes profession of the owner. Prague is in the heart of Europe and always was full of European culture from all sides, from the north, from the west, from the east, and from the south. And if you will walk through Prague, you will see work of Italian architects, French architects, German architects, and also Czech architects. Why not?
Anytime some guy says, go grab that handle and turn your back to me, don't do it. The Czech Republic is known, of all things, for its spas. People come from all over the world to treat everything from allergies to osteoporosis. And one of the most popular spas is right here in Mariansky Lázně.
Now, the springs of Marienbad have been known for their medicinal purposes since the 16th century, but it wasn't until the 1800s that they started importing the guests instead of just exporting the water.
There are a wide variety of treatments available here. You can get magnetotherapy, gas injections, remedial gymnastics. They even have lymphatic drainage if you want it, whatever that is.
Are you sure all of this stuff is good for you?
Sure, people have been doing it for over 200 years now. You have to have an open mind.
Please.
There are many spas in Marienbad, and we went to Nové Lázně, which means new bath, and I got to take a bath in the tub that the king used to bathe in.
Tak. Your heart is our heart. Good.
It used to be King Charles's tub. I'm sitting in King Charles's tub. I feel like I know him more intimately than anybody.
In the mineral water is too much carbon dioxide gas. And this gas does the vessel system dilatation. And when you stay here 20 minutes, your brain will have more blood. Your heart will bear more blood. Kidneys can work better, and more blood goes in the legs. It is very interesting for you, and I think that you can stay here 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes I come again, and you will go out from the water, from the mineral bath.
And it's a mineral bath. And when I mean mineral bath, that means that there's kind of minerals in it that kind of smell.
What's that smell? I smell something.
Ona říká, že to trošku zapáchá, odkud je ten...
No, tam je kromě kysličníku uhličitého, je tam přítomen také H2S, jo, syrovodík.
There is not only carbon dioxide in the water, but also sulfur.
Oh.
And it smells.
Now wait a minute. Robin gets a bath.
Mm-hmm.
What do we get?
We get a bath. A different type of bath. She got a mineral one. We just get a nice warm bath.
No, wait a minute. Look at this list. Look at all the stuff I can get. Hold on. I could get a massage.
No, not really. It's the off season, so we...
Paraffin. We could get paraffin.
No.
Cryotherapy?
No. It's off season.
No. Gas injection.
No.
Look. Lymphatic drainage. They will drain your lymphs.
Hey, hot damn.
Oh, look at this. Here, you could get the Scottish squirt. No, really, it says so right there. Scottish squirt. You could get that.
You can get that by yourself. So Patrick and I got our swimsuits on, and we come into this beautiful, Moorish-looking type spa area with columns and skylight and the pool in there. The therapeutic warm bath.
And it's all for us.
All right. We don't get anybody helping us out like Robin, I guess.
I thought I'd wear something a little more subdued for you this time.
It was sort of nice, but it was also very weird to have this place completely to ourselves. It's still not quite the peak pack,
Yeah, you didn't quite get that Scottish squirt you were looking for.
or you didn't get the gas injection that you were looking for.
Exactly.
With other people there, it would have been a calm, relaxing, social thing. But with just the two of us there, it borders on the boring.
Maybe if I brought some like little boats.
Then, you know, we just decided to play some games.
Marco, hold it. Marco. I don't know if it was necessarily therapeutic. It was fun.
Anytime somebody offers to give you the squirts, you should say no.
Would you like to have Scottish squirts? They don't understand.
Oh, we understand. At that moment, I was just filled with doubt, dread, fear, curiosity, a lot of different things.
Anytime some guy says, go grab that handle and turn your back to me, don't do it.
Stay there with the back to me. Go there, to the wall. Good. Good. The tank on the side. Good. Now, this wood.
I really shouldn't laugh at you because I'm going to be next.
And now with the chest to me. Look.
Is it cold?
Little cold. It is enough. This therapy is very good for the nervous disease. Do you understand? Nervous disease.
For nervous disease?
Yes, it is special therapy.
It makes you more nervous. You're more nervous.
Wow. Oh, that's good. Good.
All right, we're going now.
I think that it is all. Yes, goes up to. Now. It is too very good for the blood circulation. For the blood circulation, it is good.
Oh, definitely good for circulation.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can see that. If I turn around and see you doing this to me. No, I promise. Oh, man! And I'm thinking, this is therapy?
That is a big man.
Yeah.
We must start in the fingers, and we must go to the center, to the heart.
Right.
Because blood circulation goes from the legs to the heart.
I don't think you understand what Foster and I went through, okay? This is torture in some countries.
And who is this Scotsman anyway? Why did he invent this squirt? And why did they say, this is something good?
You are a very good patient.
Thank you. Don't you feel better now that it's done? Oh, I feel so much less nervous now. Please.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You are welcome. Bye.
Scottish squirt. I feel violated.
Robin got a nice, soothing little bath with minerals and salt and things like that. She didn't get flogged. Foster and I got beatings, okay?
We got the Scottish squirt.
What is the Scottish squirt?
Well, we should go outside and I'll get a couple of hoses and show you.
What do you mean? Is it cold?
Basically, cold does not begin to describe. I would just like it if you would mother me for a little while.
How cold are you?
Could you just be
oh
nice?
Oh my God,
just,
you guys are freezing.
Just be nice to us.
Just be nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You guys get warm clothes.
Be our friends.
Yes. We'll go get dressed.
Yes.
Go get dressed.
Bye.
You go back to your nice nap.
The Scottish squirt. Oh no.
In the oven?
I felt so awkward, so gawky, didn't know where to put my hands. I didn't know what to do because I really don't know my way around a kitchen. And this was a huge kitchen. Next on Travelers.
Walking the streets in Prague, Robin and I found a lot of great, just beautiful glassworks. And as we went inside some of the stores, we found out there were really good deals on the glassworks. This is something, a homemade craft here in Prague. I'd love to know where they actually make all this stuff. Wouldn't that be pretty?
So Patrick and I went to Caesar Glassworks to find out more about how you make glass.
The Caesar Glassworks is the oldest glass factory in Prague. It started around 1572 and has been continually producing works of glass since then. How long has he been doing this, making glass work like this?
Můžeme se vás zeptat, jak dlouho pracujete jako sklář? 30 years.
30 years. It's really hot inside the glassworks because it's a big furnace. And inside that furnace, I don't know how many thousands of degrees, but there is a big puddle of molten glass, just liquid glass. And the craftsmen would dip this long tube into it, spin it around like they were making cotton candy, pull it out and have a ball of hot, melted glass. And with that, they could fashion anything.
Well, this blowing whistle, in fact, it's called the blowing whistle. It's very, very old. It was invented 2,500 years before Christ.
You can actually see the bubble inside the glass. What's he making?
Co teďko děláme? Teď to nebude ptáček, teď to bude překvapení. It will be a surprise. You will find out.
It's a dolphin.
It's a snail.
Oh.
I don't know what kind of garden you got it on.
And then he said, here, come on, let me take your hand. And he made a bird out of the glass. He made a bird! That's really cool! Oh, that's beautiful! It's a little robin bird. Oh, that's so beautiful!
To get an idea of just how difficult this really is, they invited us up there to try and blow some glass.
Who is going to blow first?
I'd like to.
Robin.
It was really hard to figure out how hard you had to blow.
Very slowly. Blow slowly and try to roll it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
More, you can more.
More? Oh, that was neat. I'm sorry.
What a tiny.
That was my first one.
But what a tiny little young lady you are, and you have such a strong blow.
But it kind of gives you an idea of just how delicate it really is. You have to continually turn the tube to make it even, and you have to blow evenly.
There's not enough air here, unfortunately. Still, you may. Go on. Ooh, it will break.
What are you making, Patrick?
Stop.
I'm making a
water
kidney.
drop.
A great
stomach.
big glass stomach. All the other stuff I made usually turns into an ashtray. So, for once, I made something else. It's a stomach ache. And that was it. Nothing but glass dust.
I met Stuparich, who is a chef at the hotel we were staying at, and he was going to show me how to make traditional Czech dish, roast pork with white bread dumplings and sauerkraut. Hi.
Hi.
Stuparich?
Yes.
Robin, nice to meet you.
Yes, for me too. Thanks.
I'm really good at cereal. I'm all about grilled cheese, but this was a full course meal. This was meat, this was everything.
Garlic. If you want, cut it.
Oh, I'd love to.
So.
Like that?
But careful for the fingers. Show it. So.
Wow, that's awfully fast.
Yes.
And then like this?
Yes.
It's brutal on the eyes.
It's very good.
And I felt so awkward, so gawky, didn't know where to put my hands, I didn't know what to do because I really don't know my way around a kitchen. And this was a huge kitchen.
I learned the dumplings. I learned from my grandma.
Really?
Yes. She can do best dumplings in the world.
And she passed the secret recipe to you?
Yes. In the oven. And now we put dumplings in the boiled water.
He was running circles around me. I'm standing there watching him go from sink to stove to oven, and I'm like, okay, it's time for cabbage, time for, I don't know. Wow, you really move around the kitchen here. What's this?
This is a special equipment for the cutting for the dumplings. Flour.
Here we go.
The vinegar.
Oh, you're right, it's strong. I'm afraid it's gonna come.
No.
I'll just catch it. We had made the meal a little early in the night. So we had Patrick and Foster come down to the restaurant before it even opened. And they got to try the food there.
This is Czech typical meal. Typical dish.
Okay.
Roast pork with stewed white cabbage and with dumplings.
And we made it together. I was in there cutting up the onions.
Did you get one of those neat hats?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No. You have to work up to
that. Yes, so.
That's really, really good.
That's good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Not bad? You know, it's all to your taste. Ugh. Am I allowed to say? Because I wasn't much for the dumplings, but the meat was fantastic. So was the cabbage.
We have a Nazdravi going on here, and Robin.
Oh, here we go.
Nazdravi.
Nazdravi.
When you see the staggering amount of names on that wall, it takes your breath away to think that these people were taken away simply because of what they believe. And that's what it's there for, to pay witness so that we'll never forget. Almost 700 years ago, a directive came from Rome stating that Christians and Jews should no longer live together. So all of the Jews in Prague were rounded up and moved behind the walls of what is now known as the Jewish Quarter. Most of the original buildings were destroyed during a clearing in the 1890s. 6 synagogues, a town hall, and a cemetery are all that survived. Even during World War II, when 3/4 of all the Jews in Prague starved to death or were killed in concentration camps, the Nazis preserved this area so that it might one day serve as a museum of an extinct race.
So please, you need to have like a head covering. So please take the yarmulka, the kippa, to cover your head. Yeah, you just put it on your head.
Okay. Just to cover the top, right?
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. So let's go. So this is the old Jewish cemetery of Prague. It's actually the oldest Jewish cemetery in Central Europe. We know that the first tombstone is from the year 1439, but of course we suppose that there used to be even much older graves here, because the tombstones were not preserved. The cemetery used to be the only Jewish cemetery in Prague till 1787. During those centuries, more than 100,000 people were buried here.
Over 100,000 people inside here now?
Yes, yes.
Where did they put them? It's not that big.
Well, actually, that was always the problem here, that the cemetery was too small. And therefore, it was decided to make here more layers of the graves. So on some places, according to the sources we have, should be about 12 layers of graves. That's actually the reason why the tombstones stand so close to each other. You know, because of course the tombstone was always put on the last layer.
So many very, very important religious leaders in the Jewish faith are buried there. We stopped at the tomb of Rabbi Loew, and not only was he so revered as a rabbi and as a scholar, but he's also the miracle maker. Even now, he's so revered, and his love for the Jewish people is so well known that he can apparently grant wishes. And even in death.
People believe that you can write down your wish on a piece of paper. You can leave it here. You must believe. You must wait enough, because as you can see, here there are plenty of wishes, so he's a very busy person. And the wish should be nice, it should not be a selfish wish. Well, then it works. And it works. The little stones and the candles as well are here to remember the person, the sign that the people still think of this man. Actually, those little stones are here instead of flowers. It's a very common custom of Jewish people in all over the world. You show the same. You show that you take care of the grave, that you think of the person buried there.
And paying a tribute to that person entombed within. Now, I'm standing here watching a steady stream of people come through here. Is this what it's normally like?
It's even worse.
Even worse?
Even worse.
How many people do you think come through here?
Well, we suppose in summertime, those are really about 6,000 people every day.
Every day.
People, even non-Jewish people who come to Prague for 2 days, just for 2 days, they must see Prague Castle and Jewish Town. Because the Jewish Museum of Prague today is the oldest Jewish museum in diaspora outside of Israel, and it's the largest one as well. Cemetery is called in Hebrew also Bet HaChaim, which means a garden, the house of life. So when you come here, although you would expect this to be a very sad place, it's not such a sad place when you realize that these people were enough lucky to be buried in peace according to the Jewish custom and to have their one tombstone. Well, so of course we could see here many famous tombstones, but I would like to take you to the Pinkas Synagogue, because it's something you should not miss in Prague. The Pinkas Synagogue is the second oldest in Prague, and today it has very special meaning to Jewish people. So please.
Tell me what these are. Are these names?
In the main part of the synagogue, we have the names of all Prague's Jewish people who perished during the war in the camps. So you can see there's a family name, which is written by red color. Then you can see there's a first name, date of the birth, and date of deportation. In most of the cases, we are not sure about the exact date of the death, so it was decided to put there just the date of deportation. The names are more than 78,000.
78,000 names from this area alone.
Yes.
When you see the staggering amount of names on that wall, from floor to ceiling on 2 stories, it takes your breath away to think that these people, and that's just a small amount, these people were taken away simply because of what they believed. And that's what it's there for, to pay witness so that we'll never forget. In the Jewish Museum, there's a room set aside for children's drawings. And Marchetta stopped me before we went in there to say, here's what's in here. These are the drawings from the children in one of the prison camps. I'm not going to go with you. It's just too much for me. I've seen it and I don't want to cry today. So you go.
The children's drawings are from Theresienstadt, from the concentration camp, which is located about 50 kilometers north of Prague. And Theresienstadt was a very special kind of camp. Nazis wanted to have one camp where they could show to anybody who doubts that there is nothing wrong about the camps.
When I got through the doorway, I found out that she wasn't really being dramatic. She was just being honest. And when you see 50 years later these drawings, and from the mouths and minds of babes come stark memories and images that are really unsettling. When you think of everything that those people and that area has been through, it's humbling.
It's a very different type of theater company than what you might expect. It's actually called Blacklight Theater.
Foster and I wanted to know how they were doing it. Hey! This is great!
Today, Robin and I went to see Ta Fantastica, which is a theater company here in Prague. And it's a very different type of theater company than what you might expect. It's actually called Blacklight Theater. When Robin and I sit down, they begin a performance, a small little piece of their show called Aspects of Alice.
This theater company performing now for 16 years. We start performing in New York City, then we start touring. And after revolution in Czech Republic, I came back because I defected before and asked for political asylum in the United States. And after revolution, I came back to Prague and found this theater here. We are sold out all the time. We are performing 8 performances a week. I would say generally it's family audience. This theater is for everyone, for 70 years old and also for 5 years old.
We went to see the play. The second act revealed a lot more than we expected. We thought it would be something for children. And in fact, Alice ends up topless at the last scene. So maybe not be something for the kids.
I asked Peter how they make these actresses fly all around the stage, and all he would tell me was, shh, it's a secret. When they finally turn the lights on and the actors are just standing there, you get to see how they did it. Half of the cast are in these completely black outfits with these black hoods on with black wire mesh across the eyes. So they looked like some sort of ninja nuclear reactor worker or something.
After watching the performance, Foster and I wanted to know how they were doing it. And Peter showed us this harness. He brought out an actual harness, like as if it was mountain climbing harness or something like that. Wow. You plug in?
Yeah, we plug in. Okay.
Oh boy. Where am I going?
See you later, Robin.
Oh, hey! This is great! How I turn? Whoa! It was good for a few laughs, but man, I was dizzy. One more time. Oh! That's great.
You know, we traveled around an awful lot, but did you realize that this is the first time that we have been to a former communist republic? That's true. So, what do you think?
I think it's a great opportunity to see the Czech Republic prosper after such a short time as democracy. I mean, from the beautiful glasswork to the artwork being sold on the Charles Bridge.
Don't forget, it's also a great thing that it's allowed a man like Peter, who defected from Czechoslovakia to pursue his artistic vision, to come home and continue his theatrical tradition.
Well, all the more reason to come back.
But to come back, we have to leave.
Okay then. We'll see you next time on Travel. Bye.
Bye.